Welcome to Rising Tide Startups, where today's most exciting solopreneurs share their startup stories. They also deliver tangible strategies that they would implement personally if starting their business over today. Each episode is a startup masterclass. Make sure you take notes. Take it away, Kevin.
This is Kevin Pruitt with another episode of Rising Tide Startups, and my guest today is Greg Salles. Greg, thanks for joining us on Rising Tide.
Thanks a lot, Kevin. It's my pleasure to be here. It's for this great opportunity with you guys.
Well, actually, he said that his friends call him Greg, so I'm going to presume that I can call him that as well. His name is actually Gregorio, and we were having that discussion off camera. But Greg, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, Kevin. A bit about me. I'm right now in the 40s, and I born in Brazil. It's a small family in Brazil that I have. My father, it's a person inside culture. He has in Brazil actually one of the largest private libraries in Brazil. He has around 60,000 books in his house. So it's a crazy thing.
That's incredible.
And he's also has one of the largest movie and films collections in Brazil. He started on the VHS, and and right now is the DVD, and he has comic books, around 10,000 comic books.
Wow.
From Tales from the Crypt for DC, from DC to Batman, everything.
Where do people sleep with all that in the house?
It's a crazy thing. It's like living in a library,
I bet.
Yeah, all my friends was like, man, this is a haunted house. And we live and my mother's actually, she's from the farm. She's a very from the farm person.
Mm-hmm.
So I believe that's why they were separated since we are kids. But the thing is, I grew up in this very diverse home, when my father is a person very inside culture and very out of the box. So my father can talk about Beethoven and Iron Maiden in just one conversation. So that's the crazy thing.
That is diversity.
That is diversity. And I believe that this was my first entrepreneurial mindset came from this diversity, this references that I have taken my mother and my father. So that's this molds me in some innovative things and things like that. So I started my career as a musician in Brazil, and I had a band. I lived in Los Angeles playing in a rock band, I'm very into music. But my side B of this thing was working in the corporate. So I've been working in the corporate right now for almost, I started on Nextel in 2004. So I have several years on the corporate, Nextel, telco companies. So then I got to Better Group. Better Group, they are a manufacturing company into chemicals. They are from Germany. They are, I would say, the largest one worldwide in chemicals and rubber. And I stayed 12 years in this company working with the German tradition and German way to do it. So they're pretty huge in the United States. They are in, So this is a bit of my school and how I see myself having some cultural mindset in line with the corporate life. So
that's the backstory. Well, I'm really anxious to hear kind of the transition into what you're doing now. You've started an organization called RestartUs. Is that correct? And before we get there, I do want to ask us, so you're from Brazil originally, but you live on the other side of the planet right now, right? Where are you?
Yes, I'm living in Sydney right now.
Sydney, Australia.
Sydney, Australia. Yes, it's the land of the kangaroos. But Australia is an amazing place to be. I would say an amazing place to be. Me and my partner, we were just thinking about we want fresh air. We want to live abroad, and we have a friend in Australia. He said, "You don't know what is Australia, so you have to put your feet here." And Kevin was like a perfect match. So the climate is pretty like Brazil, and we have a well-organized society. In Australia, we have the medium classes in Australia, the economic side of the thing. We have something around 90% of the people living in the medium classes. So
Wow. That's
that's why the
incredible. Yeah.
equality in Australia. And yeah, we're looking for more equality, you know, and Australia is this place.
Now, how
Yeah.
did you go there on like a business visa, or how did you get to Australia?
Yeah, right now we are here studying in the side of my wife.
Okay.
So yeah, we came for her to improve her academics. She's a social scientist
Mm-hmm.
with a PhD, so she's very academic.
Yep.
So she is right here improving the studies. But we have right now some opportunities of visas in Australia, like the Global Talent, which is a visa very in line of people in technology, people in
Exactly.
innovation.
Right.
So that's my category. I'm right now applying for this one. So
Okay.
yeah,
You got a good background. You got a strong background.
Oh, thank you, my
Good,
friend.
strong
Yes,
experience. So tell us
thanks
about
a
the
lot.
kind of the creation of Restart Us. What's the story behind that? And tell our audience a little bit about it.
Yes, thank you. So Restart Us, I can say that I've started in this startup game from right now 7 years. I started with another project in Brazil, like a plan B of my life, into social activities. As my mother is a very, she is a philanthropist, very into
Mm-hmm.
social. So I started, man, I have to do something. And we started in Brazil with another mobile app. It is called MediPreço, something like MediPrice.
Right.
With this app, we started to show the predictions of prices of medications from pharmacy to pharmacy in Brazil. We've been called like we are the ways of medications in Brazil to
I
help the
love that
population.
analogy.
Yeah, like the ways of medications in
Yeah.
Brazil to help the population to find the best routes and the best pharmacy prices. So we started to enter something like the sharing economy, because our user can put the price of the medication door to door and help the others,
Mm.
like forming a web of sharing economy into medication. So man, this was great because Kevin, at that time, in something around less than 1 year, we achieved more than 2 million users in Brazil. 2 million users.
Wow.
We stayed in one weekend. I remember that, and I have some prints here. We stayed on top 10 of Google Android store and App Store.
Wow.
The 10, three positions under Facebook and Netflix at that time for an indie company. So it was crazy. I started to go to many TV shows in Brazil. I did like 12 of them. I did one of the most important financial shows that is called Valor Econômico, something like economic value. They are in South America. And later that, we made an exit of this company. MediPreço. So right now, MediPreço is more into the B2B side. I got out of the board. My partners is running the company. I stayed more as a co-founder and investor right now. I believe that with MediPreço, in my personal opinion, with MediPreço, we could achieve more social impact as a free company, as a ways.
Right.
I love the story of WhatsApp. They got like billions of people. We want to solve communication. So no funding, no fundraising stuff, things, a couple of things. So yeah, that was my dream. And I quit. I quit this dream. So I stay right now with MediPreço as a co-founder and investor. And I was dealing with, man, I have some more new ideas. So Kevin, how Restart Us born? I started in my, in my social things in Brazil, like working with some vulnerability people in the streets. As a musician, I was organizing some kind of donations programs in festivals, rock festivals and things. It was called Rock with an Y. So with the Rock with an I, we were collecting stuff, to some families living in the underserved areas in Brazil. Right. And I started to see that, man, we have lots of, people in inequality, but all of them, they have some criminal records, they have mental issues. This is a reality of 80% of Brazil. So we're living in a bubble. And I say, man, I want to get out of the bubble and to see what is happening in these underserved communities. And we discovered that they represent 80% of Brazil, 70% of Brazil living with right now less than $100 a month.
That's
80
amazing.
to 70%. So yeah, we have something to do in that side. And Kevin, we started Restart Us just looking for the population, with criminal records problems.
Mm-hmm.
Let's help those guys to not get back, to not get back. We're not at that time, we're not challenging the problem of, loss and things. That's not the problem. We are questioning why someone is getting into jail 4 times, 5 times.
Right.
This is crazy, and we have to break this thing. We have to break this cycle. And I called my right now business partner as well, Daniela Lana. She's a social scientist. She's a former sergeant of the militaries, the police, the military police in Brazil. But she's a social scientist, very out of the box in the institution. So she quit the institution. We started to devote our lives to Restart Us. And what we found, Kevin, is something wider. All this vulnerability, they came from more factors than the criminal records and stuff. It came, like the where you born, so
right.
where you born. So yeah, if you're born in a favela in Rio, as I can see your picture up there, if you're born in a favela, you are right now 15 times more likely to go to jail, or 15 or 23 times more likely to do not get a job because of the area that you live. So we started to see that, man, the problem is not just, it's not just criminal stuff and things. And the problem is factors. The problem starts with the financial problem, with financial inequality. And we can say that financial inequality is the big planet. If you can see a solar thing here, right, you can see the big planet is financial inequality. And this mother has 2 sons, One son is the son of job opportunities, entrepreneurship opportunities, equal opportunities. The other son is skills, education, training. That's Restart Us. Restart Us wants to get this mother of the problem, the financial inequality, with those 2 sons and solve them all.
So how did you begin? I mean, you said your mother is a philanthropist, and you obviously did okay, maybe in your exit, but tell me, how did you fund this? And would you just go out and raise money? Did you raise, kind of seed capital to get this started? And, is it a program that you're teaching people to start businesses, or is it just simply job skills, where they can go get a job? What's the kind of the outcome?
Perfect. Yeah. Question number 1, I would say that in my last company, that one, the Medi Presso, we did an exit. So with that exit, I can say that I have some economy inside to put in Restart Us, which is my project, and my partner. We have just 2 founders. So right now we are in the fundraising phase. We put just from our pockets to raise Restart Us. So it's a company right now self-invested. But in the other hand, you question me about what we are offering. So this is very important. Kevin, our point of view, our central point of view is right now, if you take the platforms, the most known online education or training platforms, you can say Udemy, Coursera, Skillshare, they are with the largest number of people. I will say the number that this represents. If you take in the other side the jobs platform, like jobs companies platform that organizes them, it's LinkedIn, right? The largest one worldwide right now with 6 650 million people inside. And if you take the education training side, you have just 100 million people inside. But Kevin, if you look for the whole pizza graph, you can see that we have right now 5 billion people connected worldwide. So you have less than 10% of them getting jobs, opportunities, and education online. That's our proposal here, is to create this Facebook-like, because I always say that Facebook, with all the problems that they have, and yeah, right now with the social media on the wall, but Facebook was the first platform to invite the low-income people, to invite the real people inside. There's an invitation on that. That's why Facebook, they have 3 billion users right now. They made this great invitation for people as a democratic use, but they have the social network inside, the social idea of a social network. So with RestartUs, we get all these ideas of a Facebook, but a Facebook for jobs and training approach in a non-social network thing. Because we know that our guys, our low income, the people, not just the low income, but right now, all of us, we don't have that much time for social media. And if you go to someone that woke up 6 a.m. in the morning and just have a time for a television on lunchtime, they can say that, man, I don't have time for Facebook. So that's why they're not into LinkedIn.
Right.
Hey, Greg, I don't have the suite to get into LinkedIn. So I don't have the picture. I don't have, I don't have the CV. I don't even have the education to get to the LinkedIn.
Right.
So our platform is here to put it in a democratic way with non-judgment for whatever you are. If you are someone with a, if you are someone with a small business, or if you are a teacher, or if you are an Uber driver, or if you are someone with a criminal record, but right now outside you paid your debt to the justice, this is for you. There is no judgment here. It's a place with no judgment on the internet. So, and we have these two sides, the opportunities and the education and training converging on a financial thing. With this financial thing, we are creating a blockchain idea for a sharing economy platform, starting with the crypto idea of a coin. We call this the coin of good, for the more you learn, the more you get information, the more certifications you get on the platform, or even the more you have jobs or opportunities, the more points you get.
Tokens, so what are those points to be used for? Is that a credit system, like you've set up companies that offer services, in exchange for these points, or what's the benefit of the points?
Yes, the first step in the roadmap is to use those points with partner companies. Mm-hmm. We can use points with Vodafone, AT&T, or maybe some Indian company. We have all of them. We are right now speaking with all of them. RestartUs, a couple of months ago, we've been selected to Singularity University, the Global Impact Challenge. We've been selected to pitch, and also we've been shortlisted to the Future Makers Challenge from Optus Telco, the biggest telco in Oceania, here in South Asia. And so we are scaling through the telcos. And I believe that the telco companies, they will be the first partner inside, because we can have, hey, telcos, I have here 1 billion people, and they just need data inclusion to start anything. Because those guys living in underserved areas, the 80% of the world, 70% of the world living in inequality, they have, Kevin, data for 4 minutes of YouTube.
Yeah.
4 to 8 minutes of YouTube.
Yeah.
They can't even have a chance to see this podcast, right? Because they don't have data for it,
right?
Yeah. So our first step is to get these full amount of people and have the partnering with I will call the Maslow pyramid, mm-hmm. the Maslow stack. Let's go through the basics,
right?
That's
how are you attracting people to the platform? How are you attracting new users to sign up and and create a profile on the platform.
Uh-huh. I don't know if I can share you some screens right now, but I can explain. Right now, we are on the I can send you later.
Mm-hmm.
We are right now on the pre-registration phase. So we create a kind of a form. With this form, we are asking, what are you looking for? To start in a place on the internet that is looking for equality, is looking for recovery on a pandemic's time. So
right.
we are. What are you, Kevin? What are you looking for? Are you looking for more data plan to have more studies and courses online? Or are you looking to offer your courses here? Or are you a small business owner and you're looking for hire more people? We are on this phase of the game. And we have something very, very unusual and disruptive here, that we are a form that we call on behalf of someone. So if Kevin, if you know someone that for any reason, for several reasons maybe, don't have access to this form or choose this call out, you can register them on behalf of them. And I have right now, if you enter RestartUs.org, you will see a form, and on behalf of the form, on behalf of, we have there. I am on behalf of this person because he is. Options. Option number one, behind bars. Option number two, living in the streets. Option number three, living in a rural area, isolated, no internet connection.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we
right.
have several options to get people with no access to enter there. And Kevin, surprise, we have also, you know, I am a migrant or a refugee, and I can't speak the language of the country right now. And surprise, we have right now, we are running, I would say, we just have a couple of weeks that we released this, and we are running to more than 1,000 of registers of various personas. And but we have right now mothers registers their sons that are right now behind bars, or we have an Uber driver from Sao Paulo that does not speak the language. He is from Angola. So man, this is beautiful.
Yeah,
people are getting in. Yeah,
that's amazing. So like number goals? What's your goal by the end of next year? How many users do you want to have on the platform?
We are aiming for 200,000 registrations.
Within what time frame?
Yeah, for semester one next year.
Wow.
Semester one next year. Yeah.
That's exponential growth.
That's exponential growth. Yes, I would say so. And Kevin, the crazy thing is, because we are, I would say, we are a very, we are into a very disruptive agenda, saying that we are a different digital company. We are here to put a digital company with a social approach. We will open. We don't have a social media approach. Thing number one. Second thing, we have the commitment worldwide to get back funds to the social mission. Number two, we can't see ourselves as billionaires. We the owners.
Yep.
Never.
Yep.
We are right now. We think that the billionaires they are the bizarre part of the world, and they are creating inequality worldwide, as Bill Gates and some other ones are, talking about. We are on that shelf. And rule number three, inside RestartUs, the CEO, I don't call me the CEO, I call me the person who helps the CEO, as I call Mari, the person who helps us with social media. So we don't have, like job positions.
Right.
And we have another thing in RestartUs. The highest position in the company can never surpass in salary and wage the elementary position in 4 to 5 times.
You
know,
got a cap on the wage. Yeah.
That's how Sweden is going right now. That's why Australia is going right now. Why United States, Brazil, India, a CEO can make a salary 653 times the elementary salary of someone in the company. That's our question. the inequality, it's rising from there, man. So we can accept that. So Kevin, right now, another thing is, it's very important to say that we have right now an advisory board, a team full of scientists and people into technology. An example here, we have Daniel Sloan, his company, we are the Future Tech. They are one of the, one of the most recognized companies in blockchain in the United States.
Mm-hmm.
We have with us Mr. Nakamura. Mr. Nakamura is the chief security LATAM officer of Facebook, living in Mexico. We have Jane Hassler. She's a sociologist and was a candidate of the of an independent party in here in Australia. We have a full round. We have Yuri, which is from Angola. Yuri is the one of the managers of the central bank in Angola, working in the crypto and blockchain side. So we have, we have these growth advisors that they're entering with this agenda that, we have a company, we have a digital company with an absolutely disruptive DNA, looking into the social side of the thing as to be an example to the world.
Man, that is exciting to hear, and I mean, I can see just how passionate you are about it when you talk about it. Your eyes light up and you smile and you're like, we're about to take over the world for social good. So
thank you.
Good to see.
And I can say that I was, listening to your other episodes and your opinions, and I know that you are from this shelf, and you are from the you are from the same shelf with a social approach, and I can say that we believe in very inline things,
very similar things. Well, we certainly, I certainly think that that part of entrepreneurship is taking care of those that you have working with you and for you, for sure. And I mean, I like the heart behind what you're trying to do. And so tell me kind of a success story of somebody that has gone onto the platform and you've seen their life changed through this platform.
Great. So I have a in my LinkedIn and in our page, or even in our YouTube channel, a couple of weeks ago we started the PR and the TV side of the stuff, and we have a very important TV appearance in the second largest TV channel in Brazil, Rede Record. And in that interview, we had a real story of someone. Mm-hmm. Her name is Thelma. Thelma, she's a small business owner living in an underserved area in Brazil, very underserved. And she was like, I did my pre-registration in the platform with the promise to make my things. And you can see the smile and the bright eyes of Thelma just to enter, just with the invitation to enter. Because as I told you, we are in the pre-registration phase. The platform is not already launched because we want to get the gross amount of pre-users,
right?
Especially to get to these people with something to offer, So with the more people we get,
gotta have critical mass. That's right.
Critical mass, yeah. So we can go to the Vodafone and say, now I have 200K. So we don't call them users, we call them members.
Right.
So I have 200,000 members. So here we are. So, and you can see in Thelma's face, just the invitation. I'm looking for, with this promise to, with a place that I can be myself and I can, enhance my entrepreneurial capabilities. That's great. Yeah.
And this is all the training is video based, or is it text based, or is it live, is there mentoring and coaching in the platform as well?
Yes, we will start, Kevin, with a video base, everything online, but we will start just with content, because Netflix, they started with content, so curating content, pre-existing content, because we have lots of great content in YouTube. The hard work was to curate this content. We started, was a one year hard work with all our coaches, with Daniela, our co-founder, helping them to get this content. And we have something disruptive also. we are offering native content of VR into the platform. So you have we have some categories like travels, fun, entertainment, technology, everything in VR, native in VR. So yeah, especially you see someone with no access, or maybe with no time, or maybe with a chronic disease. We have some people registering right now with chronic diseases. They have some time to for a relaxation. We have a National Geographic VR video here from a savannah full of lions. So if you put your glasses, man, it's crazy. You can stay like 15 minutes. It's like a meditation time. You know, you can visit a museum, a Van Gogh museum in VR. We have this content in the platform to be released. So yeah,
that's amazing.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful.
Every time you mention something new, I think of another guest from Australia that I've had earlier this year that specializes in that particular thing. You know, you mentioned blockchain, you mentioned VR, you mentioned, I mean, it's amazing. I mean, because I can remember the interviews with those guests and think, boy, I need to connect him with them. I need to connect him with them. And it's amazing how, you know, how intertwined or interlaced, all these conversations become. But
this is the beautiful part of your work, being this link chain,
the connector. Yeah, I'm a human LinkedIn. That's what it is. I am a human blockchain. So and I really appreciate you just taking the time tonight. And is there anything that we haven't touched on that you want to kind of wrap us up with today that is that you say, yeah, this is one thing that I really wanted to make sure that we talked about, on the chat tonight?
Yes, Kevin. The central thing is, yes, thanks for the opportunity. Thanks for your great work. Thanks for the kind way that you accept us as entrepreneurs, as especially as human beings. You treat us so well in the quick answer in LinkedIn, and this is thanks a lot for your for being very accessible for us. Number two, I will make a call out for anyone to get into www.restartus.org to check what we have, and to make a form, to make part of this revolution that we are creating. That's my call out for tonight.
It's a call to action. Well, we will make sure that is in the show notes, that the web page and the link is in the show notes, that very prominently displayed, so people can see that. And I know that you're going to share this on LinkedIn as well, because we've talked about that, and when the episode goes live, I hope that we can kind of gain some ground and add some members to your membership role. But I just really appreciate you taking the time and just sharing your heart and your passion. And I'm excited to see the future of RestartUs in the next few years, and to see this platform grow and see some major companies come online and just kind of see you disrupt things for good. So Gregorio, thank you for just joining us tonight and just really playing your part in helping all boats rise in a rising tide. Thanks a lot.
Thanks a lot, Kevin. See you soon.
Take care.
Another episode in the books. We hope you heard some great takeaways. Don't forget to subscribe and leave a 5-star review on iTunes and YouTube. As always, thanks for listening to Rising Tide.